So Alan, welcome to Rev Sports. I am Rev Tripathi. With me is Devashish Sen. You're watching the post-T live show. Sri Lanka 383 for 8. They have already taken a lead of 170 runs, and nothing new to talk about this session. Once again, India struggling to take wickets, struggling to break partnerships, and on the other hand, Sri Lanka have been very successful in keeping Indian bowlers at the bay by continuously forging partnerships. After there was a wicket fell, that wicket of Prabhat Jayasuriya didn't open the floodgates for India. It was once again the partnership. If it was a 24-run partnership between Prabhat Jayasuriya and Sonal-The, the partnership between Sonal and Lahiru Kumara has already gone to 25. Lahiru Kumara once again has played more than 50 balls, which he did in the first innings as well, and he has only one wicket for India. Sri Lanka didn't score runs at a brisk pace like they did in the first session, but they are now it seems from their approach in the second session that they are looking to arc out a draw from this test match and not going for a win, which obviously looks a very unlikely scenario for them. But Devashish, do you think now it is time that we say that the game is slipping away from the grips of India?
It already has. It already has 29 overs, 54 runs, and only 2 wickets. Means India has tried everything to get a breakthrough, but they have only been lucky with the 2 wickets in this post-lunch session, and they haven't really looked threatening. None of them, except for a few deliveries which just whizzed through of Prasidh Krishna. None of the bowlers have looked like getting a wicket. Means the Sri Lankan batters were more comfortable, especially Sonal-The, and what a series he is having. Means almost 400 runs, all set to get his second Test century against India. Indian second century in this series. He has already scored a couple of half centuries, including 83.
Third century in this series and second in this.
Third century, sorry, my bad, and also 83. So I think he has been the difference between the two sides.
And as we have written in our title as well,
He is definitely not the one. Definitely not the one. I won't go to jump the gun and say.
no, it's
even
not Sonal the wall for Sri Lanka right now. Right now, he is acting like a wall for Sri Lanka because if not for Sonal-The, this innings would have been bundled out. He is the one who is taking the lower middle order batters bat, and it was the case in the first innings as well. You look at that partnership that he had with Kesharan Umanta in the first innings, 50-run partnership, then 30-odd run partnership with Lahiru Kumara. Lahiru Kumara, who averages in single digits in Test cricket, is facing 50 deliveries. He's giving that confidence. Batting with tail enders
That's
is
a
an
failure
art.
of our bowlers.
Yeah, obviously, but
Not
batting.
more so the batters, I would say that that's a failure of our bowlers. Fifth a wicket and the bowlers are hardly they made a mark. 2 sessions and only 2 wickets. First session without a wicket, second session only 2 wickets. And I don't know how on earth this problem will be solved for the Indian team. And it is not the first time that is happening in this series. It has been a perennial problem. It has happened with Rohit Sharma as a captain. It has happened with Virat Kohli as a captain. Now Shubman Gill is also having the same problem. How can you get the tail out after getting Sri Lanka in a spot with 6 wickets at the end of the 4 stumps? How on earth can you let this game stay guilty? And Sri Lanka still batting. Remember, Sri Lanka still batting, and they still have 2 more wickets with a not out batsman Sonal-The, who is just 2 strokes away from 100.
And now it seems like it has to be Sri Lanka who has to declare the innings rather than India bowling out Sri Lanka because 2 sessions and only couple of wickets is not done. You have this is a day 5 wicket. Yes, that is one point is agreed that not every ball is turning, but still puff of dust is coming out of the surface. If you land the ball in good areas, I think Devash is again bowling a lot of balls we have seen bowl at the middle leg stump. That negative line bowling we have seen, and I think this young bowling group, when things are not happening from the wicket, they seems to look completely flat and clueless at times.
Yeah, absolutely. And the captain also looked more flatter. The bowlers looked flat, but captain looked even more flatter. Means obviously he needs to think out of the box. And that has been a huge letdown so far. And for Shubman Gill, the captain, as a captain, he need to initiate. He need to think out of the box. He need to make things happen, not let the game drift away, which in this case has gone. Obviously India. I don't know if India will go for a win because drawing a series is like winning the set, winning a psychological win for Sri Lanka.
It will be a psychological win, and obviously, see, from a position when you were asked to follow on, you were enforced a follow on. From that position to scoring close to 400 runs in your follow-up innings, I think due credit to Sri Lanka. But at the same time, you cannot run away from the fact that Indian bowlers have looked flat. Captain hasn't done anything out of the box in order to make an impact in the game, and this is where you need game breaking players. You need those impact players in your team who can come in and make that impact. I think so far it has been like there is just like Indian bowlers are waiting for something to happen rather than going for wickets.
Obviously, I have mentioned it in the lunchtime show live as well. India is missing Jasprit Bumrah. There can never be a substitute with Jasprit Bumrah. Means there can be a Prasidh Krishna, there can be a Mohammad Siraj, there can be anyone. But Jasprit Bumrah means more often than not he will make things happen when the chips are down. When he has won India matches out of nowhere. When India looked like down and out. So I think that is where India genuinely missed a strike bowler. In this case, yes, Prasidh Krishna has bowled his heart out. He's a lion-hearted. It has been a lion-hearted effort from Prasidh Krishna and Siraj. But what is missing is that wickets column. That is paramount in this condition.
Do you think that it has to do something with the wicket as well? The wicket doesn't have the bounce now. It has not deteriorated as much as Indians would have liked on a day 5 wicket heading into the third session, but it has slowed down. And what the slowness of the wicket has done, it has allowed the batters to play at a good pace. It has allowed the batters to adjust to their shots, get into good positions. Look at Lahiru Kumara, how much time he has in order to play a short ball, because now the wicket doesn't have that much of zip, or the pace of the wicket has slowed down. So does that also be a big factor in the way India has bowled?
Absolutely, I agree with you. But few deliveries from Prasidh Krishna really surprised Lahiru Kumara. In fact, one ball just zipped through. Means he just managed to put his bat down. My question is, why won't you try a barrage of bounces at the Sri Lankan lower order batters? Is it the captain to go out there and deploy the short ball stuff against the lower order? I am not saying against Sonal Denusha. What about the Nuwanta Kesara? What about the Lahiru Kumara? What about the Prabhat Jayasuriya? Has there been enough bounces? But when you talk about the Ashita Fernando and the Lahiru Kumara against our talented batters, they have been bowling the short ball, and those were very well and short ball. So I think once again, time now for Shubman Gill will learn as a captain. Means no denying the fact that he will become a better captain. But as far as this test match is concerned, he has looked out of planning.
And this is what we have been discussing since ball test only, that a lot of times you have seen Shubman going for a defensive approach, spreading out the field. Even when India is in control, you have taken a lot of wickets, you have on the top of the opposition. Still, you have spread the field, and I agree with Devush's point of not bringing in more closing fielders around the batters. There was Sarfaraz Khan, Yashasvi Jaiswal, but that is for the spinners, and Lahiru Kumara was playing the spin really well. He was blocking.
So as we speak, I think he has scored his 100.
Yeah, so I think Sonal Denusha's century, another 100 for Sonal Denusha, third of the series, second of this test match, and what a find he has been for Sri Lanka cricket. Looks like one player who doesn't get to seam out. Indian players, it seems like Indian bowlers have surrendered against Sonal Denusha. They are not even trying to get his wicket. They are trying to get other batters out. They know that Sonal Denusha, to get him out, it will require something out of him. He will make a mistake and then only he will get out. It seems like that.
Yeah, they are waiting for the batters to make mistakes rather than inflicting a mistake. And that is being the difference. And I think Sonal Denusha deserves all the accolades he has been receiving.
And definitely that is the case. So yes, the game has already started. We'll also take your leave and let's see where this game is heading towards. Do let us know your predictions, whether you're thinking that it's going to be a draw, India winning, Sri Lanka. Obviously, the chances of Sri Lanka's win is slim. But let us know what do you think about the game, and we will come back to you after the day's play and after the match. So do stay tuned to Rev Sports, and this live session was presented by the IDFC First Bank. Stay tuned to Rev Sports, and thank you for watching.